All right, guys. So y'all want to see the gear? I will show you the gear. So say hello to my pretty much unkillable Nightwing. So with the abilities, like, I don't feel like there's a bunch to go over with this, just simply out of the fact that if you get all the way to level 40 and then you collect all the collectibles, you can literally get everything. But I'll point out some of the stuff that really makes a difference in this build. First and foremost, all of your knighthood abilities, get every single one of them, because there are some really big ones in here. Increase the size of Nightwing's nest, reduce ability cooldown, nest damage increase, healing effect increased by 100%. So if you're ever in a pinch, which if you're using a build like this, trust me, you won't be, this will definitely come in clutch. Number of attacks Nightwing can do in a melee combo increased by 1. The last hit is a knockdown. This is also fantastic. If you prefer a ranged build, obviously triple darts are going to be the way you want to go. And this increases his lunge distance when he does his melee attacks. Now, all of his pack leader stuff is in effect with this build, outside of this one, where you can instantly revive an ally from afar. Like, this doesn't really come into play because, number one, I don't really play co-op. My schedule doesn't allow for it for the most part. You really got to be not paying attention to your health in order to get dropped in this game, because how the power creep works and everything, it's really hard to get taken down. But with this build, your health bar is really going to become an afterthought, and it's all based around two things. Health regen from using your abilities and knocking out opponents, and your momentum gain in order to continue doing your abilities. So what's really going to come into play is your acrobat skill tree right here. So number one, this gives you an extra momentum bar, and then this increases your gain by 15%, and then evading will eventually start just giving you momentum out the wazoo. But this is all something literally everybody can do. Like, you just got to put in the time to do it. So what's really going to make the difference here is the gear. So first and foremost, this is kind of the linchpin of the entire build, is the reinforced suit. So basically, the gear properties for this thing is just phenomenal. TKO heal is huge. Health regeneration by knocking people out. Increased defense for a short duration when health is low. This is not really going to proc very often, so if you can find a better perk on this other than this, I'd say go for it. I don't know if gear drops with random rolls. I'm assuming it does. And critical damage increase after performing a perfect evade. My crit damage is pretty damn high. Not so much on these that I'm using at the moment, but let's take a look at these real quick. So as you can see, I've definitely done some grind. So if you want to focus on high crit damage, I would highly suggest don't use something that's going to be elemental. Go concussive or go typeless damage, and then just equip whatever legendary mod you have. If it's typeless or concussion damage, definitely double down on increased crit damage. And if you're rocking elemental, increased elemental effect. Crit damage is going to be your bread and butter, though, because the faster you're knocking people out, the more health you're regenning, and the more you're moving around and toppling people, the more momentum you're going to gain. So it just works in a circle just like that. For ranged, I have a few things, and these pretty much follow the same rules as the melee. If you're going to go elemental build up, If you're going typeless or concussion, then crit chance and damage is going to be your baby. And a lot of these are just going to come down to the perks. Knockout effect, increased elemental effect, but if I wanted to go with something else, precision momentum, bingoing people in the head, increased momentum gain, which again will add to constant health regeneration. I'm also a big fan of Exploit Vengeance. Guarantees a crit after knocking somebody out with precision aim. So that's pretty good, especially if you want to run a ranged build. But with how this is basically set up, with the mods, like, as you can see, like, I have almost, like, I have over 4,300 health. My defense is 3,500. Power is damn near 10,800. And I'm doing close to 1,000 damage just raw. With crit activated, I'm going to be doing well over 1,000. And then with my range, I'm going to be doing the same. Plus with what I have right now, that you got to tack on elemental buildup as well. So once you get to this point where you're pretty much stacked with all legendary gear, you're going to be kind of a damage dealing monster. So make use of the perks on your suits and your weapons, especially stuff based around momentum and health regeneration. That's basically what I'm doing. And you will basically find yourself having an absolutely unkillable Nightwing, just like I do.